Hello student, myself Santosh Rajput. In the last video, we have seen about the types of thermometer and transfer of heat and about thermal equilibrium. Now we will see about the mechanism of heat transfer. Right, as you can see in the picture, heat transfer take place by three different ways. Right, three different ways, that is conduction, convection and radiation. So what is the conduction? The process of transfer of heat energy in solid from molecule to molecule by being in touch without the actual movement. And convection, the process of transfer of heat energy in fluids in which the heated molecule move away from the source of heat and cold molecules move towards the source of heat. Radiation, the process of transfer of heat energy without heating the intervening materials medium. Right, we will see in detail. Here is one activity is given, right, related to the conduction. To understand what is the conduction, we can understand with the help of this activity. Now see here, as you can see in the picture, one ruler have been taken, right, and here a few iron pins are fixed with the help of wax, right, with the distance between them is 2 inches, right. When you try to uh, heat this ruler with the help of Bunsen burner, you will see that due to the conduction, right, conduction of heat, this heat will firstly the first pin will drop down, right, because the wax will melt here firstly, right. We are heating from here, the wax heat will transfer here firstly, and because of that conduction of heat, this fix this iron nail, this pin drops down first because the wax will melt first, then the second one, then third, then fourth, like that, right. In this way you can prove that the this is the conduction, right, process. The heat is, it is a good conductor of heat, as you can see that, and because of that conduction, and this wax will melt, right, one by one. So what is the conclusion? The burner heats up the free end of the metal ruler and heat flows to the other end by the process of conduction. Heat is flowing from the region of the high temperature to the region of low temperature, as you can see, from the region of high temperature to the low temperature, right. And the metal ruler conducts heat easily, and so it good conductor, right. It is the metal ruler, okay, it is a metal ruler, so it can conduct the heat easily from here to here, right. One by one the wax will melt and pin will drop down, okay. Now conduction is the transfer, so the conduction is the transfer of heat through the solid material without the actual movement of materials, right, particles of materials. Heat tends to travel through the material from the hotter part to the colder part as the molecules in contact, okay. Now how does the heat conduction occurs? How does heat conduction occur? See here, you have learned in the earlier classes that molecules of the solids are very tightly packed. They cannot move freely through. They can vibrate, though they can vibrate about a fixed position. When one end of the solid metal rod is heated, as in the above case, the heat increases the vibration of the molecule at that end, right, of the rod, which is in contact with the flame. These molecules collide with the neighboring molecules, and some heat energy is passed on to the next molecule. These in turn begin to vibrate faster and pass on the heat energy further away from the flame. In this way, heat energy is transferred by contact from molecule at higher temperature to the next at lower temperature, right, through the entire length of the rod, although each individual molecules remain its original location, right. As we know that the solids, in solid molecules are very close to, atoms are very close to each other, right. So they will pass on the heat one molecule to another. That's how the heat is transferred in conduction. As you can see here, normal molecular vibration when rod is room temperature, right? When we start heating, molecule vibrate strongly at the end being heated and pin falls as wax melts, right? Strong molecular vibration spreads towards the cooler portion and more pins falls as heat spreads in the metal rod, right? The cooking utensils are made of a metal so that heat from the flame is conducted to food inside, right, efficiently. Some utensils even have a copper base, as it is a better conductor of a heat than steel or aluminium. The handles of the most utensils are made of a wood and plastic, which are poor conductor. Other bad conductors heat are cork, paper, thermocol and water. If you see that in a utensil, cooking utensils, in even a pressure cooker, the handles are made of a plastic, because plastic is a bad conductor, right? So it won't allow the heat to pass through and prevent the hand injury, right? And sometimes you see on the utensil, on the fry pans surface are made of a copper, right? Because it is a good conductor of heat. It is a better conductor of heat than steel, so your food will cook fast, right? Why does your mother put metal ladle in the saucepan while boiling milk, right? Have to find out the answer, right? As I explained here, activity 4, what is given? It is about to distinguish between a conductor and to make grade of conducting plastic, steel, conducting properly of different materials. So we are judging here which metal is the better conductor of heat. To prove that, what we have to do, take do heating arrangement, right? Take a heating pan, spoon made of plastic, steel, wood, copper and silver, heating arrangement, and block of wax, right? So what we are doing, as you can see here in picture, right, this is the water in the pan. Water is filled up, right? Water is filled up and we are heating, right? With the help of we are heating here, it is a normal temperature water, right? And we are taking the 3 spoons, which are made of one made of plastic, other one is steel, and next one is wood spoon, right? And copper spoon. Plastic, steel, wood, copper, silver, right? These are the spoons, and these spoons are made of these type of materials. And we fix a wax coating here, right? Wax coating here on each spoons, and try to heat this water. Then what happened, because of see here, heating process. Here notice that the melting of wax, different spoon. Wax on silver spoon melt first, wax on copper spoon melt second, wax on steel spoon melt third. So what does it mean? Wax on a plastic and wood spoons melt much later. So what is that? Material like a silver, copper and steel, which allow heat to pass through them, are good conductor, right? And heat, copper and silver are exceptionally good conductor of heat. So materials like a wood and plastic that do not allow heat to pass through them are bad conductor, and heat are used as insulator of heat. As we know, these are the insulator, wood and plastic, right? So in that, out of 3, the silver is the better conductor of heat. After that, copper, then steel. First of all, silver wax will melt, then copper wax will melt. This wax on copper will melt, right? Then the next one, steel wax will melt, right? So it proves that the silver is the better conductor of heat than copper, and copper is the better conductor of heat than steel. And wood and plastic are insulator. They are the bad conductor of heat, right? So here Heat transfer by the mechanism of molecular vibration takes place in the substance, but the rate of heat transfer is different for a different substance. As in case of non-metal, the heat transfer is slow. In general terms, it can be said that the metal are good conductor of heat and non-metals are poor conductor of